funeral 3 weeks ago. This one was in Rotherham and was for Ruth's uncle Charles. Charles had a long and fulfilling life, and he was nearly 95 when he died. He came from a large family and left school at 14. During the war, he opted to go down the mines instead of being called up for military service. He learnt many a tough lesson down the mine, but he also learnt about community and fellowship and supporting each other. After the end of the war, he decided to offer for the Anglican ministry. When he went along to interview, he was asked what blinding light had he received to tell him that this call was true. And he said, no, he said, no blinding light. He said, I've just had sleepless nights as I struggled with this call, which was nagging away in the back of my mind. He was accepted, but because of his basic schooling, he had to work hard at college in order to qualify. But qualify he did, and then he took up new parishes in Rotherham. But after a few years, he was moved to London because he had an interest in the Church Lads Brigade. And eventually he became the commissioner of the whole of the Anglican Church Lads Brigade. After retirement, he moved back to Rotherham, and following the death of his wife, he committed himself to supporting many parishes and worked part-time. In fact, in his last 5 years, he took over 300 services. He also believed that his Christian faith should be practiced in the local community, and he joined the local Labour Party. He certainly believed that politics and religion did mix, and was committed to putting into practice his Christian belief. He organised his own funeral and chose for the reading of at the funeral Revelations 21 verses 1 to 5. If you read this, and I ask you to read all of it, but this is about hope for the future. This is about the new Jerusalem. This is about the old ways being passed away and new ways coming when God will dwell with man and be their God. Charles had a clear hope for the future, and this drove him on. Together with the hymns he chose, which were Guide Me, O Thou Great Jehovah, Amazing Grace, and Thine Be the Glory, they told the story of his faith and his life. For Charles, his Bible and his hymn book were all he needed to add to his foundation in Christ.